Hello, online crew. Let's talk about beating ourselves up. What a topic. How many of you beat yourself up? You get really disappointed in yourself, whether that's in life or health or fitness or your business, and that just creates a bit of a vicious circle. I do. I did it badly on the weekend. So I've decided to talk about it because I know it's what people do and I do it too. So I shared what I'm going to share with you today. I only shared with my VIP students earlier in the week, and I wasn't going to talk about it, but then I shared it with them, and I thought it's just real. It's just what people do, and it was an epic failure on my part. So I've decided to sort of share it. So the reason that I'm doing this today. Normally, I do this kind of video at the beginning of the week, but a couple of days ago, I opened up the registrations for the TikTok Bootcamp 2.0. So I'm just flipping around my videos this week. So this I normally would have done a couple of days ago, but because I launched the TikTok Bootcamp, I'm doing it today. So once a week on my live videos, I come here and I talk to you about something to do with personal development, personal growth. Because this is what will make you successful in your business. It's not all the shiny things. It's not, it's not even the reels or the TikTok or the stories or the curiosity posts or prospecting, recruiting, all those kind of things. Yes, you need all of those things. You need to learn those things. You'll get shiny objects syndrome with learning all those things. They are important when you're building online and you want to attract people to you. Yep, get that. But if you don't believe you can do it, if you're not confident, if you've got a lot of fears, if you beat yourself up all the time, if you think you should be a lot further ahead in your business and you're not, and you beat yourself up about that, or you get really disappointed in yourself, or you're not sure that you're good enough, or who's going to listen to you, or you hold yourself back on social media because you're worried about what people think, all those kind of things, anyone relate? Then you're not going to build a successful business. So we've got to cut through all that crap. And we've got to become the person that is deserving and worthy of like a six-figure income. You need to become that person before you can actually become the person. So that requires a lot of personal development work. And, how many of you have heard the term, this industry is kind of like the personal development industry with a compensation plan attached to it? It's who we become as people that really make us successful. And those that are really successful in this industry, they're just more confident or determined or willing to do the work or can cut through the crap quicker maybe than you can. I don't know. But I hope that makes sense. That's why I continue to talk about this stuff because, even when you become a bit of a leader in the industry, you still falter, you still have doubts, you still want out. You still get disappointed in yourself. You still want more. You just go to another level. So you get to a level and then you get disappointed there. And then even if you continue to grow, you get disappointed there. You never arrive. Does that make sense? So that's what I'm going to talk about today. If we haven't met before, my name's Helen Martin. I'm your online crew captain. A little hat. You can't see that on Instagram there. But I'm here to serve social sellers. So what I concentrate on is social media systems for serious social sellers. So if you're building online, you're a social seller, you want to leverage the internet and use modern social media strategies to build your business, you're in the right spot. But as long as you want to do that as a human before a marketer, that's my motto. That's what I stand by. That's what I live by. That's why I, have integrity around is being a human before a marketer. So yes, I want to build online. Yes, I want to leverage the internet. Yes, I'm in the industry like you are, doing all the things, but I do it in a way with the utmost integrity. And if that's something that's important to you, then you'll probably resonate with my trainings. So this week, just to sort of recap a little bit, yesterday we had a really good discussion on Clubhouse about engaging with your audience. It's not the size of your audience that matters. It's your relationship and the engagement that you have with that audience. So we talked about a whole lot of strategies regarding engaging your audience. How do you do that? What are some things that you should think about? So you might want to catch the replay of Clubhouse to get all that information. I just finished a training in the coaching community regarding customer strategies, customer retention strategies, why customers are important. How do you have an onboarding system? How do you look after them so you transition a customer to a loyal customer to a team member? So I went through all of that. I've got notes for you. That's all in the coaching community Facebook group. So if you're a coaching community member, absolutely go and watch that replay. I believe that training can transform people's businesses. So if you're a coaching community member, go and get that training. If you're not a coaching community member, but you want to be, you can get in there for $1. So reach out to me if you want the information. So let's have a chat about this. Like, do you beat yourself up? So let me know if you're watching live or you're catching the replay later. Do you know that you beat yourself up with things? Are you disappointed in your results so far? And do you beat yourself up for that? Do you constantly think about things that you should be doing in your business or for your life or, for your health or whatever, and you're not doing it? Do you know what you need to do and you know you're not doing it, and then you beat yourself up about it? Let me know if that rings true for you. Most people are like that, okay? The thing is, how do you move through it quickly? Because it's going to happen, and it's going to happen again and again and again and again. Even when you become a leader in this industry, don't think that you'll be immune to those kind of things, because it's still going to happen. You're still going to be disappointed. You're still going to strive for something and not going to hit it. You're still going to, have disappointments. And I had an epic personal failure on the weekend, and I want to share with you how I moved through it really quickly, how I'm way over the other side of it now, because of the way that I kind of think and I pivot. So if you're a VIP student of mine, you know where I'm about to go with this conversation, and it's a little bit embarrassing, but it is what it is. It's a personal example given of what I did on the weekend, but you need to relate that to your business, because I find coaching and mentoring a lot of people in this industry. I know a lot of you wish you were further ahead than you are now in your businesses. I know a lot of you think about how you can get better at your businesses. I know a lot of you think about how to go live, how to do more TikToks, how to do more reels, how to do more stories, how to have a better DMO. I know a lot of you think about that and know that you want to do it and do a better job at it. And I know you don't do it. And I also know that you beat yourself up for not doing it. Is that fair to say? That a lot of you can relate to that. Okay. So I'm giving you a personal example of mine, but I want you to relate it to, what you're doing in your business. But you can also relate it to what happens, to you personally. So just recap for a sec, journey that I've been on for the last 5 months now. I've lost over 20 kilos in 4 months. Okay. Awesome. Easy? No. Hell no. Discipline? Yes. Doing things that I want to do that I don't want to do? Absolutely. Pushing through anyway? Absolutely. Like, it requires a lot to achieve that. Pat on my back. Awesome. I'm so much better off for losing the weight. Okay. Go to Bali. Scared as to how much weight I'm going to put on, but knew that I wanted to enjoy myself and I'll suffer the consequences. And through what I've learned about weight loss and losing the weight and all the rest of it in the last 4 months, I know that I can get myself back on track. So I went to Bali. Don't hold back. Have your margaritas, have your chips, have your ice cream, eat what you want, have fun. Scared of the scales, absolutely, but do it anyway and suffer the consequences, and then come back home and deal with it and get back on track. Okay, that was my mindset. I wanted to go and have fun. I did. I drank. I had margaritas all the time, and my gins and other cocktails, and we ate ice creams most day. I shared that with you earlier in the week. The Nasi Goreng, whatever I wanted, I had. Okay. I was pretty scared to get back on the scales when I got home. Pleasantly surprised that it was, I can't remember what it was now. Was it 3 kilos or close to it was under 3 kilos, I think, that I put on. And I was pretty happy with that because my metabolism was so bad. Holidays like that, normally I'd put on 6 kilos plus in a couple of weeks. That's just the way my metabolism used to work. Okay. So that's just my journey. Okay. So come back. Within a couple of days, I'd already lost, 1.5 kilos or whatever. As soon as I got back on track, cut out the sugar and stuff like that, I was getting back on track. Okay. The weekend comes around. There's a point to all of this, guys. The weekend comes around. Sometimes when you go on holidays, there's so much lead up to organizing everything to going. And then you go, you let loose, you have a good time, and you get back. And then it's like... You get back on track. You've got so many things to catch up on. And for me, I've got, with 11 different streams of income, and a dad that's in a nursing home, and we've just sold his house. We've got to clear out his house. You know, there's just so much stuff going on, personal wise and business wise. It's just like, I feel like I've been hit by a bus. I got really, really stressed on the weekend, really stressed. And I don't do this very often, but on Sunday, for some reason, my hormones were raging and I was really stressed, and I turned to food. How many of you do that? Anybody understand the term emotional eating? You feel a little bit stressed or you feel a little bit down, so you look for sugar. That's what I did. And I still can't believe I did it. But I started and I couldn't stop. And I spiraled on Sunday. And I ate everything in sight with sugar in it. I ate all the things I don't normally eat. I felt like crap, so then I beat myself up. And my solution to that was to eat more sugar. I don't know if any of you can relate to this in, you know, feeling down or upset or really stressed, and you look for food to fill the gap. And, you know, I don't, even when before my weight loss journey, I didn't do what I did on Sunday. I don't know what triggered me, but I started, and I don't normally eat breakfast, and I thought I'll just eat eggs. That's a good start to the day, but I was really hungry and stressed, so I started with eggs. But then I had toast. I don't eat toast. And then I had something else, and then I had something else, and I was in and out of that pantry. Like, we've got a big walk-in robe pantry with food in it. I don't know how many times, just looking for stuff that didn't exist, and then just going for what, like, it was disgusting. Then I got really, really pissed off with myself, really disappointed with myself. Then after the fact, when I'm full of sugar and I'd eaten everything in sight and I wasn't hungry, still ate dinner, didn't need to because I'd eaten all day. Like, I don't know, it was just an off day. We all have off days, don't we? If you've listened to me for any length of time, the one thing that I say, and that I'm proud of what I've learned to do, is that I pivot really quickly. It's like, okay, life is always going to catch up with us no matter what it is, whether it's stress, whether it's, you know, things in your business, personal things. Life is going to come and get you at various times and throw you off track. And it did that for me on Sunday. I got on the scales Monday morning and I put on more weight in one day than my whole time in Bali. What do you think that did to my mindset? I was so pissed off with myself. You should have heard the language that went through my head about myself. I went there. And I've got somebody that, you know, helps me with my, you know, I've had a journey over the last 5 months, lost over 20 kilos. I've got a coach that's helped me with that. Have you got people that help you in your life? Have you got a mentor in your business, uplines, those kind of people? Like, there are people around for a reason. And I messaged her and I ended up in tears, and I'm like, I can't believe I did that. And I can't believe I put on more weight in one day than I did in my whole time in Bali. More weight. I was more higher than when I got back from Bali. And I'm like, you freaking idiot. Like, I beat myself up so bad. But then here's the thing. And here's what I want to point out, how you can move through this quicker. One, I know how to pivot quickly, and I'm already down. Like, this morning I weighed myself, so 3 days, and I'm already down 2.2 kilos of that. Like, I've got myself back on track and I'll be fine. And I will never do that again. We learn from our failures, okay? That's not really my point. My point is, how do you talk to yourself? Because I sat back and I thought, and it was my coach that sent me some words back, and I thought, you know, she's right. I need to get back on track here with the way that I'm thinking. So this is me, but if you did that and you came to me and you said, oh my gosh, I've completely fallen off the rails. I'm an idiot. I can't believe I did that. I'm so disappointed with myself. I've let myself down. I totally spiraled. Like, I owned it. I was talking to my husband, and, you know, I was kind of hiding it. Like, I was hiding what I was eating, like, you know, going into the pantry, and like, it's like, who is this person? I don't even recognize who I am right now. And then my husband walked in the back door. I was standing in the atrium, and I just burst into tears. And I said, I don't know what's going on, but I'm totally off the rails today. I'm stressed. I'm this, I'm that, I'm whatever. I'm blah, 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 blah. And he was comforting, as you do. And so let's say what I've just shared with you, let's say that was you, and you shared that with me. I would never talk to you like I talked to myself in that circumstance. Do you get that? So I would never turn around to you. If that was you, what I just explained that I did, and I turned and you shared that with me, I would not say to you, you are such a freaking idiot. How, like, why would you let yourself down like that? Like, what an idiot. What were you thinking? What's going on with you? Like, you're mad. You're an idiot. I would never say that to you, would I? I would turn around and I would give you encouragement. I would give you empathy. I would give you care, and I would give you tips on how to get back on track. What's my point? I should have done, and I came around very quickly, eventually, but I came around to talking to myself in that same manner, going, stop beating yourself up, Helen. Okay, you fell off the wagon for, whatever, many reasons, whatever. It's all good. It's been and done. Get yourself back on track. You know what to do. So I had to change the language in my own head. So what's my point with this video is you will disappoint yourself. Some of you that'll be in your, like if we relate this to your businesses, you will not be as further along as you wish you were right now. And you beat yourself up for that. You're not doing what you want to do on social media right now. You'll beat yourself up for that. You're not having as many conversations as you know you need to be. You'll be distracting yourself from your business. You'll be avoiding your business. You know you're avoiding your business. You want the results, but you know you're not doing the work. There's all sorts of things to beat yourself up about this business. But if I came to you and said, whatever I was struggling with, you wouldn't talk to me like we don't talk to other people like we talk to ourselves in our own head. We are awful to ourselves sometimes. And I know you're probably awful to yourself in your own head. So my point, you have to get out of it and pivot that language and talk to yourself like you're talking to your best friend if they came to you with exactly the same problem. So let's say they came to you and said, I'm an idiot. I'm not doing anything in my business. I'm not doing what I'm doing. I'm letting myself down all the time. This is not going to work for me. I'm going to leave the industry. I'm going to, whatever, all the crap that people say. You wouldn't turn around and say, yeah, right, you're an idiot. Get over yourself. Like, you wouldn't talk to somebody like you talk to yourself in your own head. And I had to realize that. I had to realize two things. Helen, pull your freaking self out of this. This is ridiculous. So one, realizing my own self-responsibility for the epic failure that I had. But every time we fall, we learn. But it's up to you to learn the lesson. It's up to you to pivot quickly, and it's up to you to change the language in your head. So I had to change the language in my head. I was only capable of doing that after Paul gave me some encouragement and my coach gave me some encouragement. And it's like, yeah, okay, I can see reason now. But that's why you need mentors, guys. That's why you need people in your corner with whatever. That's why you listen to videos like this, is sometimes you need a voice of reason. And what I'm encouraging you to do is, I know even if everything's winning in your life and you're going swimmingly in all areas of your life right now, there will be time that life gets in the way and you will get disappointed in yourself for one reason or another. So when you do, remind yourself to talk to yourself like you were giving that advice in that same situation. What would I say if my best friend came to me with what I'm struggling with right now? What would I say to them? And pull yourself out of that your own detrimental language, because it does not serve you. I went there and it spiraled me even further because I was beating myself up massively. Does that make sense? When you beat yourself up, it makes it worse. You stay stuck. And some of you are stuck for not days, weeks, months with the same issues around whether it be your health or your weight or your relationships or your business or whatever it is. Some of you stay stuck too long because you're not changing the language in your head and you're not pivoting quick enough. I am skilled enough to pivot quickly, and I had pivoted within under 24 hours. I will own my downfall on Sunday. I'm human. And I own the way I talked to myself, which was not good. And it just spiraled me even further. And I'm disappointed that I did it, but for whatever reason, I needed to do that. And I needed to be able to pull myself out of it. So next time, if it did happen again, I might be able to pull myself out within 12 hours instead of 24 hours. How quickly are you pivoting? And what is the language going on in your head when you disappoint yourself? So I encourage you just to really take on board two things: the pivot and the length of time that you pivot. Like, you've got to pull yourself out of that kind of language really quickly, because if you don't, you just stay there. You stay stuck. You don't want to stay stuck in your own crap, because then the weeks and the months go by and you're going to have a business that's going backwards. You're going to have health that's going backwards. You're going to have relationships that are going backwards, whatever it is for you. This is a life skill, not just a business skill. And talking to yourself, like, if you just reevaluate that for a second, go, hang on, if my best friend came to me and spoke and said to me what I'm saying to myself right now, what advice would I give to them? And it helps you get that voice of reason of, okay, what I would say to them if they were saying that to me is, it's okay. Breathe. It's just, a moment in time that you're faltering, whatever. You can get over this. You can do this. And if you end up saying that to yourself, you end up talking yourself out of that spiral that you're going through. So do you see the difference? The damage that we do to ourselves, the way we talk to ourselves sometimes, is really bad. And I did that to myself on Sunday, but I pulled myself out of it really quickly. And I ended up thinking, why am I talking to myself like this? Like, I deserve more than that. You fell off the wagon for, many different reasons. It's okay. You'll survive. You'll get back on track. And I have, very quickly. Okay. Is this helpful to anybody by me sharing this? I'm human. I have doubts, fears, failures, just like everyone else does. And I wanted to share that with you because I am really disappointed with what I did to myself on Sunday. And it was so out of character. But for whatever reason, it needed to happen, and I've learned from it. And every time you have an experience like that, you just get stronger. And that's why I wanted to share it with you, because you've got to be able to do that for yourself, to be able to pivot quicker, to build the business that you want to build, to be the person that you know that you can be, to shift you through your stuff that you're going through and come out the other side, and not sit in your own crap. Sitting in your own stuff and staying there and not owning it and not changing the language in your head and not pivoting, that's just, that's your own fault. Don't do that to yourself. Okay. So, any thoughts? Yeah, Christina, go and if you're still listening, go and catch that training regarding customers. I think you'll particularly find that really helpful, Christina. Cherie, you're disappointed. Okay. No, not fair, but totally accurate. I think it was 2.5 or 2. Yeah, it was something like that. Absolutely can relate. Been there, done that. Yes, I have a mentor and so thankful. Absolutely. You were completely stressed. I was spiraling. I just, and I think it's that whole holiday. Have another margarita. Have a good time. And then everything just fell on my shoulders in a couple of days. And that's a whole combination of, I've got a lot going on in my life. We all do. You don't need to know that. It's just everybody's got crap going on. Most of the time I keep my head above water. On Sunday I didn't. But now I do. Okay. We tend to help others and not ourselves. Pivot faster. Exactly. Very helpful. Awesome. Extremely helpful. Awesome. Helpful because of you, Helen. I'm now doing a nightly 3-2-1 evaluation. Awesome. And it's really helping me. And this is what I mean by, pivoting faster when you do that evaluation. It's like, okay, what worked well, what didn't, what can I do differently? When you're evaluating all the time where you're at, and that question that I continually say to you guys, what do I need to learn from this? Don't think that wasn't going through my head on Sunday night. What do I need to learn from this? When you're continually evaluating where you're at, then you get to shift and pivot, and you will grow into the human being you need to be to have an amazing business. But you need to grow into the amazing human being before you can have an amazing business. Does that make sense? So why I share these kind of topics, I know it's not the sexy social media stuff that you're all after, but you need to be an amazing person to have an amazing business. So, you know, sometimes we just need to clean up our own backyard before we can, you know, be amazing in our businesses and lead a team. Like if you're going to have an amazing business, you're going to have a team that's underneath you that's growing. So you need to mentor them. You need to guide them. So we need to become the person that we need to be. And it doesn't mean you're not going to fail. It doesn't mean you're not going to get disappointed. We need that. That's all life. No problems there. What happened. It's always going to continue to happen. I will falter again. But that's not what's important. What's important is how quickly you pick yourself up and pivot and get through it. And the quicker you learn to do that, you become stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, and you become that amazing human being that you were born on this planet to be, to then build an amazing business. So, yeah, awesome, Christina. I was able to pivot faster because I'm proud of you. I'm proud of the way that you listen and you learn and you pivot and you put things into action, Christina. Like I can see that you're growing and learning and, you know, shifting in front of my eyes, you know, so well done for that. So I've talked long enough. I hope this just gives you some kind of inspiration to think about how it is that you talk to yourself, and how to move through that quicker. Okay. So I will see you same time live tomorrow. I hope that was helpful in some way.